it's Carlos and Chris here at Ultimate Fitness Training Jets, and thank you so much for watching the video. Today we're doing a video about Ask the Trainer show, so Chris is going to ask some questions for me, and hopefully I'll be able to answer them to the best of my ability.
Yeah, so the questions I've got today mainly roughly around supplementation and stuff like that. So for an example, if I go into a supplement shop now, I want to buy a protein to bulk up, there's 15, 20 different brands of protein. How are people supposed to know which brands are going to be best for them?
Yeah, obviously, I always like to do this, and when I do videos, I never like to obviously, if you call badmouth brands and other people, that's not me. What I'd like to say is, obviously, if you're going to go and get protein, before you even think about that, is think about what you actually take in terms of your nutrition, because a lot of people think that a supplement itself is going to rectify every damage you've got in terms of your diet. So let's say if your diet's not good, obviously supplements not going to help you at all. Now the supplements, for the name, really supplementing your diet. What brand would I look for, or what protein I look for? I would look for something that is organic. Now many years ago I used to take a lot of protein shakes, which I then found to believe that the protein shakes will actually, if you start looking into pound per pound what they actually give you, they give you a lot of unwanted digestion problems, because a lot of us are lactose intolerant. So a lot of these protein shakes, they've got a lot of things, a lot of ingredients inside that causes a lot of bad digestion. There's a lot of people like when they take proteins, they pass in a lot of wind because the lactose intolerant. Now whey protein comes from, obviously, from the cow. The cow produces milk for the baby cow, not for us. So we actually consuming that. So it's not something that I personally recommend for anyone that wants to go and build muscle. I would recommend them to probably eat a lot more animal meats, which would be obviously the likes of chicken, turkey, fish. That's obviously another video for that. But I definitely would be very wary of which protein I'll take. So, but to resume the story, I would definitely take something that is organic protein, come from a more plant-based source protein shake. I would myself.
So, with regards to proteins and stuff like that, a lot of people now, especially young kids in here, that are saying they're trying to put on weight, and they come across the fact that because they're so young, they might not have the income to be able to buy proteins and things like that. So other than upping calories and upping the meals, is there any sort of homemade ways where they can get more calories in regards to either a shake or something along those lines in order to get the calories?
Yeah. I mean, I think two big things. Obviously, you've got one, you're trying to bulk up, if you like, trying to put muscle on. There's two things, obviously, or not just two things, but obviously two main things, if you like, that are very important. Obviously, is your carbohydrate intake and your obviously protein intake. Obviously fat intake is very important as well, but obviously those two things make a massive knock-on effect on how you look. Now, for instance, say if you think about in terms of putting muscle on, from an ectomorph point of view, being someone that's quite natural, slim, and sort of slender physique, needs to put a lot of calories into the system. Obviously you need to have potatoes. Now if you start eating a lot of white potatoes and rice and white rice that's full of gluten, I wouldn't definitely advise you. You're definitely going to bulk up, but I wouldn't call it the best bulk up. Now one of the things I would definitely suggest to do is to start eating more sort of brown rice, sweet potatoes. They're a lot more healthy carbs for you, a lot cleaner carbs. Then obviously your vegetables, your broccoli, your cucumbers, the asparagus, all that sort of stuff, your spinach and stuff like that, your greens, which are full impact with antioxidants, which are fantastic for well-being as well, not just about looking absolutely massive and being very unhealthy. I'd definitely do that, and obviously, and chicken breast, turkey and fish like that. And if you compare pound per pound, is it more expensive to have protein shakes or food? Before I start talking about protein shakes, I would definitely I get the food first. And then obviously your protein shakes is going to kind of supplement your food. Is it really expensive? I mean, how much do potatoes cost? I mean, how much do brown rice costs? I mean, I mean, but pro supplements can be very expensive, obviously depending, because obviously some of these supplements, obviously they're endorsed by big bodybuilders, and obviously they make a lot of money out of it. So I guess pound per pound, I mean, would I go for a supplement of food? I definitely go for some good carbohydrates like sweet potato, brown rice, definitely on the list. Obviously turkey, which is a lean protein, and obviously chicken and fish. If you can afford organic, fantastic, because it gives you a little bit more cleaner food.
Yeah. So the next one, so you walk into supplement shops now and they've got hundreds of different products, claim to do all of these different weird and wonderful things. Just basic health and fitness, so no specific goal in mind, just keeping up general health, what supplements are actually essential?
Absolutely. I mean, depends on your goal. Obviously, but Chris just said, I just literally follow what Chris just said in terms of an health body and an health mind and soul. I definitely do multivitamin mineral, because the multivitamin mineral just keeps your body all like sort of stocked up with the right minerals and vitamins. So multivitamin mineral, I'll definitely advise that. Vitamin B6 and B12, on a multivitamin you're going to have B6 and B12, but not the right amount that you're going to need. So B6 and B12 definitely there. Especially this time of the year, I'll definitely recommend vitamin C, because obviously there's a lot of colds and flus and stuff like that. So vitamin C, what it does, it literally just stocks up your immune system, so it makes your immune system a little stronger, especially this time of the year, because a lot of people get all sorts of conditions at this time of the year. Then obviously if you want to get a little bit more into the detail or become a stronger version of yourself and fitter, I mean creatine, which is obviously increases your ATP production of your muscle. I don't want to give you a bit of a mouthful of it, but what it does is basically increases the energy levels of your muscle cell. Obviously drags water into the muscle, makes you look a bit fuller, and aids in recovery as well. Obviously glutamine, another one, non-essential amino acid, but what it does, it actually restores muscle tissue, stops your body from catabolizing muscle tissue as well, helps digestion as well, and it basically is great to build some good muscle. Those supplements are really essential. I'll definitely take some carnivorol as well as some omega-3, 6 and 9s to really support the immune system again. And then obviously we've got like calcium, we've got magnesium for people who just want to be a little bit healthier. But these are the kind of things you need to take alongside a good diet as well. Because I take supplements myself, and multivitamin minerals and stuff that I just told you, but I also have the right diet as well. Because you can't say have a very poor diet and take all these supplements thinking that you're going to become healthy. It's a combination of everything.
Yeah, that's pretty much happy with all of that. I'm sure literally getting questions off members every day for this.
Great
I'm guessing we'll have a lot more things to go through and keep going.
Brilliant, thank you Chris. So obviously, as you guys know, obviously we're doing these videos quite often. We're going to be shooting at least 1 or 2 videos a day in order to help us and help you become the greatest version. I always say we've done these videos just to show you guys how great we are and how bad other people are. That's not how we're going to come from. Which coming from obviously a humble beginning is just helping us become better. And obviously if you guys would like, obviously send us as much information as you can about the questions, and we'll try to answer the questions to the best of our ability. So before I go guys, check me on Carlos Instagram, Carlos Trainer 10, and also my YouTube channel, which is Carlos Trainer. And with all that said, on behalf of Chris and myself, stay care. Bye bye.